What is going on, my fellow investors, and welcome to the very first video of Everything Finance, where we talk about everything money related, including the stock and crypto markets, some specific stocks and crypto projects that I wanted to bring to people's attention, as well as just the basics of money management and how we can enjoy our money on a monthly basis while also putting some aside into investments and allowing it to compound with the end goal of hopefully achieving future financial freedom. So, a little bit about myself before we get into the details. I'm currently in my early 20s. I'm living in Ontario, Canada, and I really took a liking to the financial markets at a very young age. I mean, it started in high school when my uncle he kind of tried to get me familiar with the market. And so what I would do is I was working at a grocery store at the time, and every week I would give him my paycheck and I would kind of say, listen, I want you to buy this company with this money, and this is why I want you to buy this company. And really, what this did was just get me comfortable with investing, with putting my capital to work. And it really got me comfortable with the whole risk aspect of it. I mean, I remember when I started, like the risk aspect of it for me was the scariest part. I was always checking. I was constantly scared that stuff was going to tank, and it really just took time and building more knowledge on the market and getting comfortable with the idea that, the longer you spend in the market, the greater potential capital gains you are going to get down the road. So there are a few reasons I made this channel, and the first one is for those beginner investors. I'm hoping that this channel really encourages you to take some risk, and to start investing your money now. And you'll learn with time that it's not something you need to hyper manage and be constantly looking at, but rather you just need to be consistently contributing. And it really is true that time in the market beats timing the market. And so the earlier you get started, the better. So this is kind of the first reason I wanted to make this channel, for younger people who may be scared to get invested. I want this channel to really help you become familiar with the foundations of investing and help you start putting your capital to work. Second of all, I do want to use this channel to also address the more advanced investors who have been in the market for a while and are maybe just looking for some different stocks and some different crypto projects to invest in. I mean, I know personally, I love hearing from other people who are in the markets, that are individual stock and crypto project pickers. I love hearing from them, like what they've been buying lately, what their reason is behind buying it. And listen, you don't necessarily have to agree with everything that somebody says, but I think that it's really, really valuable to hear information from other people and not just consistently listen to your own internal dialogue and allow confirmation bias to take over. And I think this is important, like not just as investors, but just as people, to hear these different perspectives. I know I've learned a lot from other people, and one of the goals of this channel would be to build a community where it's not just me relaying information to you guys, but I would also like to hear from you and learn from you as well. Um, and last but not least, I mean, I've just always had a passion for the financial markets and for YouTube. I mean, I've always wanted to make my own channel. And honestly, between school and between work and between my own side businesses, I just have never really had the time to sit down and give this a serious shot. But at the moment, I do have a couple weeks off in between semesters, and due to global conditions, I mean, work and my side businesses are moving just a little bit slower. So I do have some more time on my hands right now, and I figured, you know what? Anything I've done has kind of started with a big risk or a big moment of sitting down and just doing something, and so that's why I really wanted to give this a shot. So with that said, we're gonna get into a little bit of what you can expect to see for me on this channel. So first of all, I have the S&P ETF up here. That's because we are going to be looking at the overall market, current news and what's kind of moving markets at the time. I mean, listen, if you've been in this market for even the past year, you are up handsomely. You are up 25.88% on the 1 year chart of the S&P. And that is a phenomenal return compared to the average of 10 to 12% a year. However, if you've been invested in some individual names, especially those fan favorite names that were being hyped up all over YouTube last year, you know that some of these names are down like 60 to 70% from their all-time highs, while the indices are just continuing to rip. And I mean, another point of this channel, and the reason that we're not only looking at the overall ETFs, but also individual stocks, is because I do want to look for stocks that present some sort of value in a market that is almost near all-time highs. And one of these stocks actually is going to be PayPal. PayPal is going to be one that we're going to take a look at. And spoiler alert, I have been buying a lot of PayPal recently on this dip. I mean, you can see they are down 20% on the year, where the S&P is up 25%. So this is the reason we are going to be looking at individual stocks and just not the overall markets, because there are also pockets of the market that are presenting very deep value, very, very good value for long-term investors. And this is just one of these examples, in my opinion. And actually, just the payment processing space as a whole, whether it's PayPal, MasterCard, Amex, Visa, Square. But that's definitely something we'll talk about in a future video. And when we do talk about these individual sectors or companies, what we're going to look at are financials, earnings growth, dividends if they have them, the valuation relative to its peers, and also some technical analysis to kind of let you guys know what would be good buy zones and potential zones to start taking profit in the future. Now, moving on to the crypto side of things, we will be taking a look at the cryptocurrency space as well. I mean, if you guys have been in this market at all, you know that this market is just always moving. There is always stuff going on, new coins, new technology coming out. And if you're a believer in crypto for the long term, then you also should believe that we are still in the very early stages of this technology, which is, I mean, listen, this market's very exciting. It's also very volatile because it's so new and so growing. And yeah, so that's why we're going to make these videos, because there's always something to talk about in the crypto space. And we will use the daily market updates to talk about big moves that certain coins are making, certain companies are making, and partnerships with these coins, and how you can use this to your advantage to try and make the most capital gains in the crypto space. And last but not least, while we will look at the overall crypto markets, same as we look at the stock market and then some individual stocks, we're also going to look at some individual crypto projects and do deep dives on them, and why I think that these projects are good places to allocate capital for potential returns in the future. So I have Hedera up here because this is one project that we will definitely be taking a look at in a future video. And we're going to go into everything, the use case, the tokenomics, and really like what I see the future of this technology being. So with that said, guys, I hope you have sort of gained a better idea from this video about what I want to do with the channel. I'm really looking forward to getting this journey started on everything finance, and I do hope that you guys enjoy the content as much as I enjoy making it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back soon.